Hi everybody, welcome to the top home design trends for next year, 2021. My name is Vanessa Walker and I'm the Australian and New Zealand editor for Houzz. So I'm responsible for providing the content for the platform. So at Houzz, we spoke to an architect, a colour forecaster and a kitchen designer to show us their collection of materials, colour and other home design ideas that you can expect to see a lot more of in the near future. So we consulted the experts who are on the platform to bring this information to you in one bite. One of the first trends that we've seen that will be prominent next year is the rise of antibacterial materials. Now it's really interesting. We picked up this trend as it emanates out of Europe. It's the rise of bacteriostatic and antimicrobial materials. So of course, this comes on the heels of the global pandemic and the need to increase our hygiene and reduce the amount of touching of shared surfaces in our homes. So what that means is that copper and its alloys, brass and bronze, fulfill this criteria. They're hygienic kind of surfaces. So we expect to see more tapware, more kitchen and bathroom fixtures such as sinks and splashbacks being made from these materials. Here's a beautiful image too of what that can look like in the home. The other trend that we want to bring to you is artistic style tiles. So last year, as you probably know, terrazzo and zaleg, that's Moroccan handmade tiles, we're starting to gain ground. Now this has solidified even more, yet with stronger colours and bolder patterns starting to be seen. In tandem with that, terrazzo dots are also getting larger and more prominent. If you remember the large format white matte tiles that were everywhere in bathrooms a few years ago, this in a sense, we're saying goodbye to that entirely. This is about using tiles not as a receding background in your space, but to bring your space forward, to make a heroic element in that space. So I have to say it's a great investment because you don't need to tile a huge area to create an impact in these rooms. And as an aside, the lack of imports in Australia and New Zealand due to COVID has also seen local manufacturers rise to the occasion, which has been really exciting. There's another incredible image. And here's a house that was completed, a home renovation that was completed this year, and some of the way that terrazzo and tiles have been used to really make a space special. Bricks, yes, bricks are back. Now, these are not the 1960s red bricks or the cheap building blocks that we're used to seeing in Australia. These are beautiful bricks used internally and externally and used in very conscious ways and deliberate ways. And I'm just going to flick through a couple of the images we've got on the platform of beautiful brick interiors and exteriors. That's bricks on the floor on the image on the left and on the wall on the right. There's some bricks that are used as the sides of an island bench in a home that was renovated, I think, last year, and another one with the chimney breast in a mid-century style home. The next trend, it's clever, small home design, and this goes to the point of how you, the designers, think, how you investigate and see opportunities in each project that you're given, with a view to maximising the adaptive use of that space. Everybody's talking about this in Australia and New Zealand at the moment, how customisation to a family or a client's specific needs is very, very important, and how using every bit of space intentionally is the new kind of trend. Now, with the inquiry into the quality of care in residential aged care facilities in Australia, that revealed a lot of concerning treatment of the elderly and the enforced separation from the elderly during the pandemic, there's also likely to be a move to multi-generational living. This is probably going to flow through to more adaptive housing design. So think non-permanent or movable walls that are able to be shifted, multi-purpose rooms, and inventive ways that rooms can be opened up and shut off as needed. Backing this up, we know that small spaces and awkward layouts are common pain points for homeowners. And actually, this has been confirmed by increasing Houzz search terms. So users typing in our search bar terms such as small apartment, U-shaped kitchen. And we're seeing designers on Houzz responding to the new demands with things such as study nooks, as seen here, clever joinery, and things like functional kitchen island, bench ends, and in many, many, many ways to make small spaces work better for people. And there's also adaptive large home layouts. That's to do with moving walls, multi-use spaces, spaces that can be changed as a family grows. The other issue is nature as a saviour. That's about bringing nature inside and how important that has been since we've been in lockdown. We know that it wasn't easy to go to public parks all the time or to get a nature fix. So there's increasing use of things like internal courtyards, far greater access to light and filtered light in a home where you might not expect it. So increasingly, the architects and interior designers on Houzz have reported a demand for designs that connect through to the outdoors with biophilic design, including green roofs, internal courtyards, and garden walls. And interestingly, too, the colour forecaster we spoke to, who is Sonia Sempfendorfer, who's the creative director at Nexus Designs, she says that this collective brush with mortality to do with the pandemic has created a desire for things that are authentic and real and natural and that support well-being. Because of this, she predicts earthy colours, and that does include brown, will continue to underpin many palettes. And you expect to see stone, sand, beige, and camel kind of colours, and soft greens, as well as warm browns. Now, biodesign is also on the rise. So this is the creation of furniture and objects from living organisms. So this is kind of reflected in the advancements in product design and materials in the foreseeable future. Indeed, technology has advanced so much that furniture can be made using waste, bacteria, and fungi. So designers on Houzz have explained that this trend goes beyond environmentally friendly as we learn more about how science can truly innovate in design. The other thing that you would expect to see in terms of colour is earthy colours, a warmer version of beige. That's an upcoming neutral. Not everything, of course, will be neutral. We expect to see some other deeper but yet calming colours such as inky blues, deep complex greens, and rich dull reds with blackened timbers. There's plenty of attention paid to textural variations, and the flip side, of course, will be more neutral. They'll be the flip side to the more neutral palette. Natural stone plays a really strong role in these colour palettes too. And that's it. Those are the trends that we see coming up for next year and beyond. Trends always take a lot longer than we think to filter down, but we hope that this summary will help you in your professional approach to home design and interiors. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to provide feedback about the webinar or suggest subjects that you'd like us to cover, please do. Please send an email to int-marketing@houzz.com. Here's the email address on the slide. So please feel free to communicate with us. We're all ears. Thank you.